currently, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, they have not lost. You're correct in that. They 2-0'd Dragneel, I want to say yesterday. Yeah, they 2-0'd
Yeah, I
Dragneel
believe so.
yesterday
Yes.
because that was the 10-minute game, right?
Yeah.
So DC, and I was saying this to Falk yesterday. I was saying they are the cleanest looking Dota team I've seen in this qualifier so far. I haven't seen newbie play. I didn't see much of the
Yep.
Chinese region. Europe has looked a little shaky, especially Empire themselves, who are in the grand final currently. So if you look at it from like the best playing team standpoint, it looks like that's Digital Chaos, honestly. But Shazam
Yep.
is one of the Shazam has taken games off DC, taken series off
Yep.
DC many, many a time. This is a very good squad.
Exactly. I think it was it was the ESL Frank.
The lower bracket is it's a large formality at this point because anything can happen in esports. Anything can happen. You know, the phrase "any given Sunday," as cliche as that is, I think it's true to a certain extent. Shazam or Digital Chaos could go down. They could have a bad, 2 games all of a sudden, get 2-0 and get quickly put out of the tournament.
Yep.
That would be heartbreaking for both of these teams because everyone from the game,
It's definitely them.
Yeah. So I don't want to say that the lower bracket is it's a large formality at this point because anything can happen in esports. Anything can happen. You know, the phrase "any given Sunday," as cliche as that is, I think it's true to a certain extent. Shazam or Digital Chaos could go down. They could have a bad, 2 games all of a sudden, get 2-0 and get quickly put out of the tournament.
Yep.
That would be heartbreaking for both of these teams because everyone from the get-go is like, it's Shazam DC in the grand finals. You and I were thinking that.
Yep.
I think everyone else that had followed America was thinking that. So the fact that they met in the winter bracket finals, not shocking.
Yeah.
So
Not shy. And this is interesting. We see a first pick. We've been seeing a little bit of Sand King. I think Freedom played it in the safe lane like 3 times. I think even DC played it in the safe. We've seen
Moo played it.
Moo played it. That's right. So
He played it solo safe lane.
Yeah, he played it in the safe lane. Yeah, it's interesting. Sand King used to be, of course, that super greedy 4. You get the quick blink dagger, but the nerfs to the jungle hurt him. And when we saw him, we're like, how are they going to play him? And he can farm extremely quick in the safe lane.
You get a point in Caustic Finale, maybe that helps that to a certain extent. You get a couple of good ganks off, and I think DC, that's what they're going to be looking for. They have the Miranda as well, which Resolution has played a ton of.
Yep.
So that could also be put in the safe lane. Maybe Moo plays in the offlane role. Offlane Sand King, not the most strong offlaner currently, I think, but Digital Chaos clearly have a plan for this. Whereas Shazam, they deny the Alk from Weehaw.
Yeah.
They pick it up themselves. They also get the Beastmaster for either the 4 position or perhaps the offlane. We'll see who they want to grab it on.
I think it's most likely Brax, but then again, we've seen crazier things with wasn't it Mason's team who picked up like Beastmaster and they ran it in the jungle and it was rough to watch.
I mean, there are some point like I feel like it's so good in the jungle unless you have a plan for it, and that's what Digital Chaos did. They had a plan for a jungling hero, and it just did not go well for Dragneel in that last matchup between the two of them. So we'll have to see how things go, how they decide to lane it up. Bounty Hunter banned out. That's a very popular pick in America. Nature's Prophet, of course. Slaughter.
Moo's Nature's Prophet has been outstanding.
He has played that a ton. We saw it the other day where they pushed down in like 15 minutes and won the game with a Drow strat or something like that. It was pretty nice to watch. Like, he was all over the map with that freaking hero, too.
Yeah.
So.
And I think Shazam really wanted to Alchemist, and then when Sand King Mirana came out, they realized like they might have wanted the Bounty Hunter, but those 2 heroes with 1 dust, you just have because they're going to probably be in 2 separate lanes. Like those stuns would just shut down the Bounty, and he would probably be useless early game because maybe they're expecting actually a middle Mirana by Weehaw with Sand King in the safe lane, and I mean that hero's kind of ungankable with a Bounty Hunter early.
Yeah, that's true. I do want to ask you about one hero in particular, SVG's Elder Titan.
Yep.
I don't know if we're going to see it this game, but I mean that's something that he plays pretty well, I think.
He's 3-0 with it. Like I think one other person played it, but it's been mostly just SVG. Like it just came out of nowhere. He's just been picking. They're 3-0, and I think people are starting to realize that little buff on the stun. I think I was talking to Wog, and he's like, that just made the hero better. And the aura is always going to be great. Late game, early game, that aura is insane. It's just natural reduction.
Yeah, it's good against like we saw it against Medusa. We've seen it against Morphling. Terrorblade it's worked really well against. I think those were the 3 heroes or 2 of the 3 heroes that they played up against. They're going to go for the IO for DC, which is very interesting. Not something I've seen them run in this tournament yet. They might have picked it up, but I haven't actually seen it. I haven't casted it, haven't seen anything like it. So they'll pick up the IO for Digital Chaos. Just a good defensive support. And a lot of times you see people think, okay, well, we have an eye, we need to combo it up with something. But that's not always the case.
Yeah.
You know, it's just good for saving. I think it just
exactly.
We've
seen that
ganks.
From KYH on Dragneel, and I think Juby on Team Freedom. They, like, neither have been really paired up with stuff, but they just save it for, like, oh, he gets ganked with a Doom or something, and you just take him out, and you can restart the fight. I think that might be what we're seeing here, but who knows? I like the CK ban. I think TC has played CK more than anyone else in this entire qualifier.
And I'm not super sold in it either. I saw it the other day, and it was like in that 90-minute game or something like that, the 80-minute game.
When they lost.
They barely won.
Or they barely won, yeah. I remember the TCCK when they lost to Freedom. That was when they played the Spectre, yeah.
That's, I'm not super sold on Chaos. I mean, I know that the armlet buff happened. I know that that was something that, you want to grab with that hero, and it depends on how quickly you can get that armlet. But with CK aside, now they'll focus on another hero. Disruptor's going to come out for Shazam, and then it's DC picking up the Dragon Knight. So they get a pretty good mid laner, but somebody he's picked more often in push strats, I feel like, and this is kind of not really a push strat whatsoever. I think he's just a strong mid laner with a good disable. They can get a blink early. They can start fighting pretty early on. He can help push down towers if they get a couple of picks, but it's not like an actual push strategy that you see coming out from DC.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting, which means the Sand King is definitely... I just want to see how DC lanes this. They could throw like Io, Mirana, and maybe some other like Witch Doctor support up top and have Sand King in the safe lane, but... It's gonna be interesting because I don't think Sand King is a pure safe laner. I don't think he won't get anything out of a lane by himself. That's why you see him in the safe lane.
Yes.
He needs to get levels. You have to. And wow.
Well, that's gonna make it a lot more difficult to do that. That's a life stealer. So it's gonna be hard to go up against that hero. But one thing I want to point out is that DK maybe going up against the Alchemist, like, okay, we could use some armor, the acid spray, just a way to reduce damage so that he can't get last hits. Damage reduction from the breathe fire. I think that's fine if they decided. Send Alch mid and then have DK mid. That's an okay matchup for DC, I think.
Yeah. How long has it been since we've seen an actual Elder Titan ban? I have zero clue. I don't think that's
unless it's been banned
ever.
Against Shazam previously in this tournament. I haven't seen it. So.
Yeah, or Zai when he actually played Dota like 5 years ago.
When he actually contributed to the game. Yep. But at this point, right now, with Shazam's last ban, Digital Chaos are looking for, like you said, I think their second support. I mean, the thing is that this is such an open-ended draft. If this was like a year ago, we'd be like, oh, it's a Sand King support, Mirana support, maybe, and then, well, where's the IO going? And it's just like, what's happening? So
yeah, I think DC could still do Mirana support, but it seems they want. Shazam thinks it's gonna be another support, so it would be like the Sand King safe lane, like we saw in both teams on sports. Witch Doctor is still in. We've been seeing that hero first pick, first banned, and it's just going through.
I mean, Death Ward's so strong. Yeah. Maybe not necessarily against DC's lineup. I mean, just because DK is pretty tanky with his Dragon Blood.
Yeah.
But that's not like the worst thing in the world, right? Like, Death Ward's still very good against a lot of these heroes. Io, Cask against Io is obviously very strong.
Is insane. Maldic late game and early game, and his healed. He's just such a well-rounded sport. I'm surprised we actually haven't seen him picked up.
Fifth pick Witch Doctor. That's a value pick right there.
I'm actually thinking DC might go for something like a Crystal Maiden. I think in lane DK benefits so much from that aura. Same with Sand King even, and we might see that from them unless Shazam wants to pick it up themselves.
There's some time left here for Shazam. They're really thinking about it.
They are.
They're pondering what they want to grab.
If they even banned the Meepo. From what I've heard, is they're never going to pick the Meepo, but never say never. Even with Weehaw being such a good player,
well, it's just a wasted ban. I feel like Digital Chaos showed it once, and they're like, okay, that's it. That's all we need to show them.
Yep.
We got it in their heads that something that we can grab. There's a good chance everyone's going to ban it out. And if they don't ban it out, then maybe we pick it up.
Whoa.
That is a Silencer 5th pick coming out from Shazam. And this was a hero that I thought a lot of people were going to start playing these last two patches. He has not been picked up that much. But Global, pretty good against a lot of abilities here. And not to mention, I think his changes to his Arcane Curse. I think it was the Arcane Curse?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty strong. So
yeah, it is. Whenever they cast a spell, just reapplies itself. It's always nice. I like the silencer against, especially Sand King Io. Say you want to initiate on a Dragon Knight, and you're like, oh, I bet Io's sitting behind you. You just silence. He can't cast his ult, or he casts his ult, and you silence before he can tether, so he just does it to himself.
Like, oh, I'll see you guys later. I'm not here anymore. Good luck, DK.
The thing is, I don't know how Silencer survives early games. Silencer or Disruptor, like Mirana, Sand King, and a DK, if he gets a blink, like, that they have those two heroes are like two of the slowest moving, and they have no escape mechanism besides a glimpse.
Yeah, Silencer is not going to have a good time if they do get that early blink, which they will probably for the DK unless they really shut him down, which I don't see happening. They're not really great roaming supports. Disruptor's okay. Silencer, not so much.
You're right. Shazam doesn't really have like a ganking lineup per se. I think they want to get their Alchemist farm and get their Lifestealer level 11. We'll see if he goes to Radiance. We've actually seen 50-50. Radiance into a Dragon, or we've just seen Armlet Sanjin Yasha. I think either one is decent here, but maybe even a Deso against the Dragonite, and wow, a Dazzle.
That is a Dazzle coming out. So, wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, really defensive supports coming out from Digital Chaos. Still not great against the Global Silence when it does come out, when he does hit level 6. But in the laning phase, all you need is a TP Grave, especially against a DK. With a DK on your team that is inherently tanky, you try to dive that hero, there is ample opportunity for a Dazzle to TP in and grave you.
Yeah.
So bringing him down is almost an impossibility. So ganking Weehaw, I wouldn't say is out of the question, but it's definitely difficult. And that goes for every other lane as well.
Yeah.
You have good movement from Moo and Resolution. They have very good mobility spells. You have Burrow Strike, you have Leap, obviously, to get away. You have Tether from the IO. So there's a lot of mobile heroes for Digital Chaos. They did prioritize getting their stuns first, then deciding, okay, what do we want to get for our last pick coming out? Dazzle's the choice. And I don't really know who's drafted I like more. I think Shazam a little bit, but even that, like you talked about the Silencer Disruptor pick, I don't know, man.
It's going to be interesting because, I mean, Shazam doesn't really have lockdown. That's the thing. Like, they can cast global maybe with Whoa in there.
That's a
half of them are
disconnect.
leaving. I know they were boot camming for a bit. Maybe, I mean, they disconnected together.
Yeah,
they
at the
could
same
be.
time.
Those two could still be boot camped. I know they're not 5-man boot camped, but
That would not surprise me if it was SVG and Brax together.
this, yeah, that's the problem. Shazam has the roar, but I mean, Alchemist, he maybe gets one in stun early, but it's just gonna be they global. I feel like they want to counter gank, like. The DC goes on him, you get a silence, and then you just kill him like that. It's going to be really hard for Shazam to actually initiate besides Brax.
Yeah, they have the Alchemist, though, so late game-wise, getting farm-wise, unless he somehow gets ganked by, you know, a Sand King or a Marana Arrow. If they get those heroes involved early, they can shut down the Alchemist. But we talked about the timing that it takes for an Alchemist to come online and to at least be a little strong with Armlet and with Radiance.
Yep.
It's 14 minutes, usually. A little bit earlier, 12 if you're getting free from you don't die. Maybe 11 is like the fastest you're going to get it.
Yeah, and we are getting the poor man shield. We see that it's funny. You see almost every middle hero now. You either see him get a poor man shield or an Aquila, like on strength or an intelligence hero. It's kind of funny, but it works. Oh, and SVG has boots for he would have been.
Oh, they hit the arrow though, and Moo's going to come in with a Burrow Strike in just a moment. He's going to skill it up. I'd imagine they actually have. They could go Dragon Tail. They don't even have to. They just hit an arrow and they just right click him down to death, and that's it. Easy kill for Weehaw. And SVG finds himself caught in a really, really bad spot.
Yeah, that was such a good arrow because he's like, oh, he's not going to run back to base. He's going to go try to run bottom rune, so he shot it near the mid tower, and that's just, wow, that's a really good arrow.
Resolution strutting his stuff on this Marauder already. He has picked up a Wraithband recipe plus the Circlet, which he'll be able to ferry out here pretty soon. But already invading the jungle is Moo. You can see Brax is trying to safe lane jungle here. They drop down an Observer Ward on the cliff just so they have some vision of the entrance of the jungle. And actually, he's aggressively jungling, excuse me.
Yeah, but Moo, we did call it. He is going to the safe lane. Sand King can't do anything early game in the off lane, so just give him the safe lane. At least Marana can find farm, has an escape mechanism.
Yeah, she's got that leap at the ready. So Resolution's pretty much playing the off lane in this situation. Yep. Maybe they'll rotate some supports later, but for now they're going to send the IO mid with the DK, and they're going to go right onto MSS with a couple of right clicks and just try to do some work here early on. And MSS is not going to have a good time against this dual lane, so.
Yeah, this is the first time we've really seen, like, they just went on MSS. First time I've seen him actually, like, try to shut down. I mean, now Alchemist's going to find farm, but I think if you shut it down even, like, a minute or two, it's going to, DC is just going to trample over him with all their stuns.
Wait and see. MSS, when he gets Acid Spray, it might be a bit easier for him, but so far, not looking too great. He does pull one creep wave back, or one creep back, and get some CS there, but this is going to mean for now that at least Shazam is going to get free farm top lane. Because Resolution can't really contest. You can see he's already arrowed the big creep. He's just working on jungling, so.
Yeah, and SVG with boots. All he has to do is skill his, once he gets one in his orb, like, Resolution can do nothing. He already can't do nothing versus the boots for a silencer.
He can't even walk up. So this is essentially right now a jungling Marana until later.
And
but he's just jungling. He's doing fine with it, actually. Level 2 already. Burrow Strike bottom. Brax is going to get caught, however. There's the heal bomb coming through, and they need 2 more right clicks to do the job. He's just barely alive, but he's going to go down to the Caustic Finale and Soxa's Poison Touch. So, pretty good gank, pretty good heal bomb from Soxa. Just Brax getting caught out of position, unfortunately, and he'll go down for the second kill of the game.
Yeah, Moo felt like he was baiting him in. It just feels like, man, DC has looked amazing in all their games, and they're not slowing down the winners bracket.
DC is playing phenomenal Dota. They've played clean the entire time. They've made few mistakes, and so far they haven't made any this game. But it's going to be a tough test because if MSS can find farm, and he's already got 8 last hits despite being dual laned against, it's tough. Leap away from Marana. It looks like SVG knew what Resolution was doing. He said, I don't want you having any part of that. So Resolution actually has to head back home. He's level 2. So as an offlaner, in terms of experience, he's a little behind Brax, but he didn't give up that kill. And in terms of CS, he's even, although a lot of that is jungle CS. So
yeah, this is DC's just pretty much winning every lane except top, where Resolution's still finding farms. So, I mean, he can always just go to the jungle, arrow a big creep, and he's happy with himself.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to be winning mid much longer. As long if the IO stays around, then yes, I think so. And then they can start looking for kills. But with Acid Spray getting skilled up here, and once MSS gets his Bottle Fairy back out to him, this is going to be a little harder for them, I feel like, to deny him farm.
Yep. And I like what they're doing with the DK IO middle. DK is always going to be safe. He can keep MSS away from the creeps. But this Acid Spray is going to go down, and then we all be in a little trouble. They're actually going on him, but SVG's here.
Good Arcane Curse, MSS. He doesn't have mana. The arrow's going to miss. Resolution came through. They're looking for a glimpse back. They have a kinetic field. They don't get the glimpse range off for fun. Jason, excuse me. MSS is going to bottle back up. And, well, at least they'll avoid the gank. They have to commit a lot to that. They have to rotate Resolution over, but so do Shazam. They have to rotate SVG. They rotated a TP in Jason. All right, good stuff.
Yep,
that looked bad for a second.
Yeah, it did. SVG actually almost killed. He made a good play. He hit the chicken once, and he almost killed it. But then, right as they did that, they upgraded the chicken and saved it. So
flew it right away.
If he would have killed that chicken right there, that would have actually been huge. At 3 minutes 40 seconds, that would have. And they kind of need that.
That's a decent amount of gold going their way. Yep. And there is a 750 net worth advantage. It's very early, so I mean it's not much, but. TC is the one that is doing well in terms of farm. They're going to try to go on to move bottom. There's the Arcane Curse, the last word coming out. The Axe is coming through as well. He's silenced up. Can they bring him down? Good heal. Do they have Grave available? He's going to Burrow Strike away, and he gets out in time. That heal might have saved his life. He might have survived without it, but great play from Moo.
And this is the first time we've seen Brax go Wild Axe in a bit. Maybe for that kill, we've been seeing him max, obviously, his Beast and then just Inner Beast.
He really wanted that kill with Wild Axes.
Yeah. Now bottom lane, we actually have Dazzle finally rotating up, helping Resolution. They don't want to lose this tower. I think that's smart. That's just good decision making.
Both teams applying pressure where they need to be applied at this point. With Shazam currently in more of a predicament than I think Digital Chaos are. Yep. But again, it's all about that Alchemist. Even if he doesn't get farm, he'll still find a way to get it. Are they stacking up any of these camps? They do have one big camp stacked here. And I think that's it. So he'll be able to Acid Spray that down and get some extra CS going his way. We'll see if he decides to go for it here with level 2 Acid Spray.
Yeah, because he's only 14-0. They are shutting him down very well middle.
26 last hits for the DK.
Yeah.
And he is going to be going Armlet first, it looks like. He's picked up the Helm of the Iron Will. I'd imagine that's what he's picking up anyways.
Yeah, I think because they have the Sand King to initiate in, or even the Arrow. He's not forced to go Blink, which means, hey, just become stronger, more HP, more armor, more damage, sure.
Move down to the bottom lane, continue to farm up. He's got his Epicenter ready, so Shazam, they have to be a little bit concerned about maybe rotation, a Smoke of Deceit gank. He's going to get his Aether Lens here pretty soon as he just needs the Arcanes and the Recipe. They'll come out pretty quickly. No Blink first or anything like that. It's a quiet game so far. We've had 2 kills, but it's a lot of clean play from both teams. And Open Wounds is going to go and then immediately away from Resolution. He does not want to be involved in any of that down towards the bottom lane, or top lane, excuse me.
He doesn't. At least Moo hasn't solo killed Brax yet, like he did to Snake King the other day. That was impressive. You don't see a Sand King getting a level 5 kill solo often.
Brax did die, but it was with the efforts of Saksa.
Yeah.
No Roar just yet. He needs that level 6. He's close to it. Bounty Rune's going to come out. Unfortunately, does not give the experience. So Misery and Moo are going to continue to just farm up here. And Moo is doing really well in terms of CS. 33. So the CS advantage is clear.
Middle lane, he has been stunned and arrowed.
See you later, MSS. That's a Weehaw double damage rune coming out as well. Resolution coming in with the arrow to provide backup. And now they're going to put pressure here on this tower. SVG is going to Arcane Curse, hit all 4 of them. I don't know how much that's going to dissuade them from pushing, but they're going to rotate a couple other heroes. Brax is nearby. He's going to Wild Axe the Creep Wave. Doesn't really do any damage. The Boars are going to pull it off. They pop the Glyph early. Do DC really want to continue here? They still have double damage for about 10 to 15 seconds or so. No Armlet just yet, no Treads or anything like that. Another Arcane Curse comes out. SVG was very close to getting stunned by Weehaw. And MSS is going to come back in, and this is where Weehaw and DC will pull off. And they know they don't want to put too much pressure in. You saw the rotations from Moo and Resolution. It looked like they were maybe looking to go on mid, but they decided against it when it came down to it. And more stacks now coming out. Jason, is he going to get both of these stacks off? There's an Observer Ward here. This one won't stack. This one will. And MSS is going to go ahead and spray this up and get at least a little bit of room to work with.
Yep, and the new Centaurs is having 2 little ones and 1 big ones. You know, just the littlest of buffs for an Alchemist.
It is physical damage too, which is nice.
Yep.
Epicenter is going to be going. Top lane, they're going to look for the kill. TC's in trouble. He's got his Rage already used. He's infested out. He's got 6 stick charges. He'll have to use them. He's going to turn. He's got no open wounds. He tried to rage an open wounds at the last second, but Mu was able to get that last right click with Saksa. And they'll salve up, and they'll finally take down the biggest in terms of CSers.
Yep. Not just super clean play. MSS does need to be careful. We do have that Radiant Ward sees him while he's farming this, and Teal's pinging it out.
He's very low. He's going to acid spray the last 2 creeps, the Centaur Conqueror, the Satyr Tormentor. This will put him up to, I think he bought something at Courier. No, he's just got 600 gold now. He is almost level 6, and he will finally get it from the Centaur Conqueror. He needs a lot of help, though. I mean, they're pretty far behind at this point. 2,000 net worth. That's not great. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, this feels like DC is just playing on a whole nother level. It's 4-0. They've shut down an Alchemist mid, which we haven't seen. We haven't seen anyone shut down this hard. Oh,
God, that arrow almost hit him.
Jason.
He's got a Starstorm. He'll take some damage. Breathe Fire. Oh, my God, he gets the kill at the tip of it. Weehaw just comes in, casually breathe fires, and Jason goes down. He was trying to juke and jive that and make sure he could survive, but he couldn't get out in time. Resolution, invised up. That's a sentry for the Radiant team, so they have no idea. Shazam is unaware. He's got Roar. They're looking to set something up. And they're going to rotate mid. Weehaw absolutely knows this is coming. A great Invis rune coming out, which they might have scouted with this Observer Ward. It actually didn't see it. This Observer Ward over here for the Dire team was actually just placed down, so there was no vision at the time of the Invis rune being picked up. Arrow's going to come through, take a creep for Resolution. And Resolution's doing pretty well to farm at this point. I mean, he's got 28 last hits. He was getting crushed in lane top for a little bit, but since then he's been more of a roaming Mirana than I think he's been in just sitting in lane farming.
Yeah, I just can't believe a Dragon Knight has got his armlet far before an Alchemist. That's insane. Alchemist is only level 6, and the Dragon Knight is level 8, almost 9.
They're going to try to deny this tower.
Yeah, they have to back out. They would have died if they tried to deny it.
Io comes in with Weehaw. They time their attacks perfectly, so they sync up and they get the attack to actually bring down the tower. Even if they wanted to deny it, would be pretty hard. MSS has to go right back to the stack, or at least the camp up top into the jungle. But again, they do have that ward. Yep. So,
what does Shazam need to do? They're down 5-0. Their Alchemist has been beaten middle. Do they maybe just need to group up as 5, try to take a tower too, and we actually see TC might be getting ganked up here? No, Weehaw just backs up.
He's been pressured by 2 or 3 heroes for the past couple of minutes, honestly.
Yeah, he has.
He's like the lone bright spot for Shazam at this point. He's not even that... They're not that far behind. I mean, if they're getting their armlets here pretty soon. TC's going to have his. The Alex is going to have his. It's going to take a bit, but they'll get back into the swing of things a little bit later. But it comes down to if Resolution can hit that, what I imagine to be Aghanim's timing. And also the Aetherland's now coming out for Mu. They're going to TP bottom to the tier 2. They smoke up, and they're looking for an initiation here on these 2-man squad of, actually 3-man squad of Brax, ZFG, and Jason. Yeah,
and it looks like Shazam maybe feels some, but Brax is pushing up now, and someone's going to die here. But we see Light Blue rotating around as well.
They see all 3 of them. And they're going to see TC running as well with this Observer Ward. Great ward placed down, I think it was by Mu. So they have vision of all of these heroes. They're going to Moonlight Shadow. They really want to go in. They've got that Burrow Strike at the ready. Brax might have seen it with that Hawk coming through, and it looks like he did. He pops the board. They're on the retreat. Mu looking for an initiation. TC's going to get caught. He's going to get absolutely arrowed and caught down. There's going to be the Shadow Wave coming through. He pops the Rage. Can he get the Infest off in time? He can. They even relocate into DK. They stun up that Dark Troll Summoner. He's going to jump out. He gets Breathe Fire at the tail end. They'll lose their farming carry, and Weehaw will get the job done. Even with them seeing that Moonlight Shadow, Shazam still cannot back away fast enough in order to disengage Grant.
Yeah, the Aether Lens from Sand King so far, and I mean, that just happens. They have the relocate, they have the global. It's the global presence from the IO. It's just, I mean, they're up 6-0.
They're firing on all cylinders again.
Yeah,
it feels like yesterday, except that Shazam is actually a pretty decent team in this regard, and they're dealing with that as best as they can, but DC, they haven't really made a mistake at this point in time.
They haven't.
They haven't even gotten anybody killed.
They haven't. It's scary to watch them play right now. They are playing far better than any team I've seen so far.
And there's the Midas now coming out too. Arrow almost just scathes Brax, but he's able to walk and sidestep it.
Yeah, he was microing his board, and then he's like, whoa, last second.
Let me get out of here. Yep. He's fine. But they will take both Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower more than likely. They have Glyph up ready to go. Shazam is not really clear clearly contesting this. They realize that they need time to farm. They are not in a position that they can contest at any point in time. The Alk is. We talk about Alchemist, and you're like, he's like a Sven. You want to be 2 to 3K up or something like that as an Alchemist when you're playing this hero, because that's just how he functions and how he works as a whole. Yep. He is not anywhere near that point.
He just got his armlet. He's trying to farm out top, but he can't really push that much farther because everyone just went missing from bottom after they took that tower. But
they have some good vision, though. They'll scout out Weeha and Misery here in the jungle, I believe. They should see this. Yeah, they'll see that they're farming there. So he should feel a bit safer now to push up and to get some CS, but he needs some help. Bottom lane, TC is very far up as well. Epicenter's getting channeled. Moo's got to come in. There's the Burrow Strike. They're going to come in with the Starstorm. He's got to rage. Open wounds. He's going to infest out. Moo knows that this gank is so far failed. They're looking to relocate it. Maybe not. They're going to bring in Misery and Weeha. They have Dragon Tail, but they don't have the Dragon form. Burrow Strike clips him with the Aether Lens. The Breathe Fire comes out. The coordination's there from DC. And they'll find another kill on the Life Stealer. They're shutting down that safe lane farmer, and he can't get anything done.
Yeah, and Sox on the backside of that denies top tower, so just they are suffocating Shazam right now.
Again, more Queen Dota coming out from Digital Chaos, with Shazam not able to find an inch in this particular game. Remember, this is the winner's bracket final, so if Shazam do go down, it is, first of all, the first game. Secondly, if they do go down, they have the loser's bracket to go through. But it is not looking great right now. They put themselves in a bit of a hole, and they can't really come back out of it just yet. And I don't know if they can throughout this entire game.
Yeah, with this DK, he got a Midas. He's so, like, they're just playing smart. He's so comfortable, like, we're up, but, you know, it's a better way to win the game, get even more up. And the Midas sure does that. He is level 11. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what you do here. Shazam is looking for a gank bottom, it looks like, or at least just to sit behind TC and bait this out. But there was an Observer Ward that was placed down towards that Tier 2 tower, so they should have seen these rotations coming.
Yeah.
And Moo's already hiding in the tree lines. He's like, listen, I got another blank Burrow Strike if you want it.
Yeah. We see an arrow, but yeah, what do they... We saw that actually TC survived the Mirana SK gang. He, of course, went down to the IO DK on the backside, but they have survivability, which is good, but we see a smoke gang. And oh no, Gray, MSS actually spots out Misery. No, they saw him. They saw him.
Yeah, they noticed MSS is there.
Yeah, and MSS noticed they were there, so... Do they go for this tower? No, they just run away.
Shazam is still pushing kind of in right now. There's the weave coming out. They're pinging on him. They're looking for that Burrow Strike. He actually jukes it. Now they're going to use the Roar to stop any further aggression, but TC's going to get caught. The Static Storm coming out as well. The Epicenter not being channeled. It's down for 20 seconds. They've already lost the Lifestealer. Brax on the run to the left. He's going to try to TP away, and it looks like he won't make it. The backlash. No, the Burrow Strike comes out from Moo. These stuns are on point. They've taken 2. They're about to take a 3rd. Brax will fall momentarily. The Spirit's coming out, and the Caustic Finale slowing him down. 3 dead on the side of Shazam, and it's 10-0 at this point. Last time we saw DC ahead 10-0, there was a GG out at 10 minutes, but I don't know if that's going to be the case this time around.
Yep, they still have MSS. I guess you fall back on your Alchemist. Hope he gets some farm. He's behind, but he's not, like, completely out of it. And you know, when you're this far up, you lose a lot more gold than your dad. We actually see... What the hell?
All right, Misery making the first mistake I've seen from DC.
Did he just forget to take somebody?
He must have. I don't know. MSS is charging his stun. He is not making it there. Nope. No harm done, though. He has his armlet. He has his chemical rage. He's fine.
I think he just forgot to take him. He also could have just been going for the chicken. He somehow saw the chicken up there and was like, oh, I'll just solo kill it. And didn't work, but little break for Shazam there. MSS still alive.
So Moo has now Blink and Arcanes plus an Aether Lens. Net worth is pretty high.
Yes, 0, 0, and 7. The dream stat line for support, even though he's not even a support.
I mean, he's like he was played in the safe lane role. He got really good farm.
Yeah.
Somehow doesn't get any kills. Poor him. I don't think he gives a damn at this point. He's just like, we're winning the game.
Yeah.
I'm doing my job.
I'm just sitting at that extremely high net worth along with my DK. And this DK, oh my goodness, he has a BKB and 200 gold now too.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go Blink first, but they have plenty of initiation without it.
Yeah.
Like they get the relocate in with Resolution. Moo comes in with a Blink Burrow or something.
And you have Moonlight Shadow if you really want to get behind him.
This is not easy. They'll probably just take this tower. I don't see any way of defending this if you're Shazam, even with all of your ultimates up. You're just not at that point yet. I don't know if you're ever going to be at that point.
Luckily, Acid Spray does a decent job of just taking a tower down with the boars, pulling the creeps off as well. But now there's paint top. Like, well, you can't Acid Spray 2 places at once, so good luck.
And at this point, MSS is not concerned about defending. He's just like, all right, you know what? You're right. I can't defend there. I'm going to go bottom. I'll farm up. I'm going to get this Radiant soon. We're going to take it back to you. The game is still hanging in the balance because of the fact that MSS, he died once early game, and they shut him down pretty heavily in terms of CS. He's an Alchemist. He's got level 4 Grievel's Greed.
He'll come back.
He will come back at some point. But Digital Chaos, it's on them essentially to be able to push, get all these outer towers, take an objective, and look for an engagement into maybe a high ground push here momentarily. And you know they have that BKB now done for the DK.
Yep.
It's not easy. Whereas you look at this resolution, they're sitting mid with Soxa. Now they didn't see that smoke. I don't believe this observer was here.
Blue is drawing out. He's like, yep, they're down here. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they just actually scanned the enemy jungle or their own jungle, excuse me, and it was right on point. And now they know they can push mid. Digital Chaos on point with the scans.
I don't know what to say. They are insane. And look at Shazam's like, wait, okay, we can try to trade.
We'll trade. We got this, guys. We got good push too. We have a Necro book up now on Brax. It's Necro 1.
And there's like, oh, they're not going to try to take base. They are going to try to defend. Interesting.
They're going to send one hero back towards mid, and that's going to be Soxa, and everyone else is going to run over there. Shazam do the smart thing. They back up. They're like, we almost have our relic. There's no need to, try to push any further. And we clearly have a disadvantage at 12,000 net worth, but we can still get this done. There's still a possibility here.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised DC you could see with that. I mean, the late Midas by DK and not pushing right there. They'd rather save their tier 2 than possibly get a tier 3 tower, which is, I mean, it's a safe play, it's a smart play.
It's just, they just want to choke out the opponent and not give them anything. Anything that they have to give them. And they didn't have to give them that tower. Sure, they could have taken the tier 3, would have been nice, but they don't want to push things too quickly because all of a sudden maybe something happens, you get TP'd on, there's a bad initiation, Jason finds a glimpse, and do a static storm or something, and then you kind of have to fight. They don't want to put themselves in that predicament. Resolution, by the way, picked up a Midas, despite being in the off lane and kind of roaming around as a, I would almost say, hybrid 4-3 position Mirana.
Yeah.
He's almost got his Ags at this point, so.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the hero levels, and this is looking rough when the support Dazzle is the 4th highest pretty much in the entire game, above the tied up with the Beastmaster and the Naix.
They must have given him a Tome of Knowledge.
Multiple. They must have given him like 10 or 15 of them because he's having a great game.
He's level 10 almost. He's got his Glimmer Cape. He's got his Bracer for whatever he wants to build into. Probably that drum. They're going to smoke up. I don't think a ward. Well, the scan will scout it. The scan from Shazam will see it. So they also use their scan very wisely. So they know exactly where the smoke is coming from.
And oh man, look at do you see the sentries in Dire's jungle? And they didn't get the ward that was actually close to their base. That's scouting them out whenever they leave that top lane. That's actually such a good ward.
I know that the sentries are probably there for Moonlight, but still, it's also nice to be able to D-ward. And you spend 4 sentries on your jungle and you can't find a single D-ward when you're close to 2 of them. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. Oh man, this is gonna be a reasonably free Roche. They're gonna maybe.
Sam's gonna contest this. I don't know. This could be game losing.
I think they have to though. Like that, you gotta make. They have to hope magic happens.
They've got the Hawk up. They've got the Vision. It's gonna be Breathe Fire. Resolution's got Moonlight Shadow. He's gonna use it. The Roar will come out. They'll just catch him. There's the Global. The Glimmer Cape will go as well. They have Detection. The Unstable Concoction. Resolution will be the first to fall. Weehop pops the BKB. Can they kite this out long enough? Epicenter gonna be on to 4. They get a 3-man stun as well. TC had to pop the Rage. He's in trouble. Can he toggle? He doesn't have Infest. He's trying to go to work on a Moo. He pops Sandstorm. 3 down for Shazam. Moo with the initiations. This guy is a god. Now they're going to relocate in, and Jason, his path of retreat is cut off. The Aether Lens. Burrow Strike comes out. Heal Bomb. Double kill for Moo at the end of the day. And they are styling on Shazam. They give away 1 kill so far. At 20 minutes into the game, they'll take Roche, and they now have a almost 15,000 net worth advantage, Grant.
At 20 minutes, wow. And it seemed like it was a decent initiation, but Resolution stayed alive so long with that Glimmer Cape. Like the rest of the team just like set up perfectly, knew what they wanted to do, and did exactly that. So they get a kill though. That is a plus.
It wasn't even looking that bad, but they just clump up on that 1 choke point, and they just all get epied and burrowed.
Yeah, that was a perv. They set that up. You could see like Resolution just keep tanking, keep just standing there. You
got your
BKB
like on, you're fine.
And then DK, he's so farmed. 3.2k as well. Armlet, BKB, Hand of Midas. Might even just see him go Boots of Travel here if he really wants. Or you can just actually get insane amounts of items.
Shit, what is he going to buy? He's like got enough for almost a relic at this point.
Yeah, but he has a lot in this Dazzle. I can't believe Glimmer Cape 4-stab. He's
a 4-stab now. Dear God, Soxa. Yeah. This guy's a player, man. Let me tell you.
Yep.
This guy is owning. Him and Misery together are a very good support duo.
They are, and this is the first time I mean, not the first game, but the first tournament we have seen where they are just, and this is the best tournament to do it in. Yeah, let's qualify for the next major. All right, sure, let's just play
go,
our hearts out.
Let's run the table and not drop a game. That sounds good. That seems to be, I mean, it looks like they're going to continue to go undefeated at this rate.
Yeah, it does. If they play like this, Shazam is going to have to, Shazam or Dragneel is going to have to, I don't know.
They're going to have to do something.
Magic, yes, exactly. It's possible. We've seen the teams come back from worse than this, even already in this tournament. Enemy GG, of course, losing a 38,000 gold lead.
I mean, it's possible, even with the Alchemist, too. Yeah. He's not a particularly good hero when you're behind. But that's a stack that's being taken by Weehaw, and he's going to get all of it. And that'll put him even further to his Assault Cuirass. And his Midas is also off cooldown for good measure. The Aghanim Scepter is done for resolution, so that's a problem. There's a lot of magic damage. That Rage almost feels like it's not enough. In fact, it's never been enough for the Lifestealer. The Rage has honestly been, and they're going to look for him too. They can't actually stun him up or deal with him in any sort of way.
If they cannot, now yeah, this is going to be rough. They have so much damage on DC with that Aghanim's now. Physical, magic, they have everything. If Sand King gets a stun on like 2 heroes, just get like a triple Starfall on them, they're all dead.
Weehaw's just going to work. Infest out. TC is going to have to back up now. Weehaw's low again. He doesn't have that Aegis. This is not a great time. Okay, there's a little bit of lag there. That's fine.
Look at how fast he's attacking.
He just destroys that tower, but they're going to roar up. He gets the BKB off. Static Storm, though, onto everybody. Unstable Concoction, but move counter initiates. There's the Global coming out. Can they get a kill or two? They'll find one. Resolution still silenced up. They're looking for more. Glimpse back in Soxa gets the Grave off, but they'll get Resolution instead. Starstorm doing a lot of work. Open Woods coming through. Epicenter misses. He misses the Burrow Strike, too. And all of a sudden, Shazam, they're looking for more, but everyone is still at least invis up from that Moonlight Shadow. They should have gotten more than 3 there. Should have been a wipe. Weehaw now trying to get out. Do they have vision? They're pinging him up. They have the curse, Arcane Curse. They're going to get it off. The Necro Archer chasing him down. The open wounds. They're going to get Weehaw as well. He's going to armlet toggle. He's going to try to go to work against TC, but the open wounds is too strong. He'll pick up the bounty rune. Last right click. Great toggle again. Can they bring him down? Dragon Tail. TC's in trouble. He's about to fall, but at least they do pick up that kill in the end. Finally, a good engagement for Shazam for the first time. And how much does that net them? That fight recap does not show us anything of importance. That's sad, but still, that is a great engagement. And they're looking for Brax now mid. They're coming in the Burrow Strike. He's got to just try to TP out, and he'll make it away as Mood did miss the Burrow. Wow.
Wow, that was, I got to say, that was perfect by Jason. He came from behind. I believe he was smoked up. He hits I think he hits Mirana, Io, and Dazzle all in his old connect field. That was Jason played that perfectly, and I can't believe if that BKB didn't come up on Dragon Knight, he got it right as he was roared. That would have been happened right away. And I can't. Oh, if TC didn't fall at the end there, that would have been like the most perfect team fight they could have had. He does end up falling, but Brax gets his book 3 as well as 1,000 gold. So high ground, man.
They've got the defense. They lose their tier 3 tower, but they're happy. They're going to finally feel confident. I mean, they only get maybe 2,000 to 3,000 out of that, which you could say they probably should have gotten more, but.
Yeah, it's the scariest thing is fighting it. If you're gonna fight uphill against Shazam, you have to fight into acid spray.
Yeah,
it covers the entire where you're pushing.
And well, the thing is, they will have the Assault Cuirass now.
Yep, they do.
So that's at least something for Weehaw.
Everyone gets 5 armor. Sure, sounds good.
TC is gonna go ahead and get up to 2,000. He bought a Midas. I think that was before the last fight.
They know they have to go. If they want to win this, they're going to have to. They might lose a Rex or 2, but they have to go super late game. And I can't believe how good of a fight how well it went for Shazam. Pardon.
Yeah, everyone's going to start building BKBs now for DC. It looks like Resolution's picking his up. We already talked about the DK, and I think Mood's already picked up his Aghanim Scepter, so his Burrow Strike range is literally halfway across the screen at this point, which is great. So he is going to find some easy initiations, unless he somehow misses. Possibility.
Well, I just realized, so Moo was the only person who didn't die, right, on DC?
Yeah.
And he also had the Aegis, because I just heard it got taken back, so interesting. That's good. That buys Shazam at least another couple of minutes, I think, before they push, but we'll see.
And SVG picks up a gem, too. So now they have the Hawk Vision. They'll be able to take back their jungle.
Take back anything, yep.
I mean, get a little bit back at a time at this point. Just try to find something. And Brax is going to play that split pushing game where he sends his boars out into the waves and tries to keep the lane pushed out as best as possible and keeps things scouted as well. There's that Mirana BKB we were just discussing. Her Aghanims is done. She picked up a Midas. She knew that this game might have gone late as well. I don't know. I mean, this game goes late enough, And I think it goes either way. I think DK late game is a force to be reckoned with, but I also think a Lifestealer and an Alchemist, especially farmed up with 6 slots, is very difficult to deal with.
DC. Oh, look at TC. He raged like he just knew because they Moonlight Shattered. He was scared of the IO gank, and it was smart. Everyone gets back to base. Well, except run, Jason.
Get out of there, buddy. Your Raptor should be faster than that. The arrow's going to come through. It was actually fading off as it almost hit him, but it was off ankle anyways.
And they survived. They survive a Moonlight Shadow gank with no casualties. And look at Brax. He's still just sitting up there. Quelling bladed his way in.
He's like, I have a fortress. This is where I'm gonna spend the rest of my days.
They know the boar keeps coming out, though. Oh no, Oh, look at it. Right when Brax sees Misery come up, he's like, oh, I'll just TP out.
I don't want to be here. Misery threw up the spirits, said no thank you. And we are going to see the rest of Shazam move together. They're still starved out. They're still not getting nearly as much farm as DC.
Yeah, they aren't. And TC, his Midas has been up for a little bit of time. You always want to try to use that. But now they do have the Manta on Alchemist. So their split push becomes way better. It's harder for DC to push in because their other lanes are going to be pushed. Oh, and the scan. They know they are.
That is a great scan again coming out from Digital Chaos. They are going to back up immediately. They say, we do not want any part of this 5-man gang squad that you have coming in. Nobody's farming top. There's a good chance that they're all smoked up. Weehaw is going to be here. They might even set up for a counter initiation. Gets the BKB off again. Do they have the physical damage? They're chopping him down. Great global silence. He's going to get the mech off. They've got the Glimmer Cape. Can they bring him down in time? He'll try to get out. Great from Saksa. They force him to the low ground. There's the Static Storm. The relocate out. Will he stay alive? Finally, they use everything to get it done. Moo will burrow strike away. But if Shazam can only get that, that's still not that great. And DC are sweating, and they're like, okay, well, at least we only lost the DK in that entire situation. Misery's going to come back coming with a relocate. They'll lose 2 in the end, but whew.
That was, in all honesty, that was on Misery. The IO, they set it up. They got him Grave. Weehaw, they couldn't take him away because he's BKB'd, so he can't tether to him.
Yes.
But all that ends, and then the IO takes him literally
like half an inch.
2 feet away instead of to the fountain. He should have gone to the fountain.
Yes. He literally took him like a foot away. That's, I think, a bit of a panic play for Misery, and that's unfortunate that happens.
That was a 2-0 team fight. Shazam is...
They're coming back. Alex up at the top of the net worth, baby. He's back where he belongs.
All right. It is funny. Like, the BKB from Weehaw is actually... It's hurt him more in these last 2 team fights than it's helped him because the IO can't save him. And he's been initiating, even with getting it off, they have the inner beast, and they're putting out so much damage, especially Feast.
Can you imagine if he had a blink and he blinked instead of BKB'd in those situations? I know the animation's a bit different. It's a bit harder to get off. Like if you just double tap that blink like as quickly as possible when you see yourself getting ganked, that might have been the difference maker. I mean, just a blink in general might have been better for initiation purposes as well. But
this is Shazam, man. They are not giving up. They were down, I think, 11-0, and now it's 16-7. They're getting some farm, and Global Silence is actually doing it. Like they can't do anything. They just go on Weehaw, cast Global, and what's IO or Dazzle gonna do? Or Sand King?
Yes.
They have to wait it out.
This is the problem though. Weehaw, he like if they global, he has to BKB, but most of the time he's getting roared on. So he has to BKB beforehand because he's just like, all right, well I'm gonna die too quickly if I don't BKB here. So the big thing is just Weehaw not getting caught out, honestly.
And that was like we said, that was a great scan by DC, and then they just get caught farming the jungle.
Infest Bomb. Brax has a Blink Roar at the ready. His Blink Dagger is now up. They've got the Hawk Vision. Weehaw. They're going to send the arrow. They're going to avoid it. Moonlight Shadow's going to go. They pop the Necro 3. Weehaw looking maybe to jump in. Brax is going to get away. They've got the Infest Bomb still ready. They don't want to go for this. They're not all in the same spot. Jason,
no TP.
That is not where you need to be, my friend. The Spirits will going to come through, and they're going to find an arrow probably. They've got the Moonlight Shadow still going, the leap move speed, and Jason, he'll avoid the arrow, walk up to the high ground. He needs some help from his team, but everyone else is already back, and he looks like this might be the martyr for your cause.
Oh, no, he's still alive, though.
He is really making him sweat for this. The glimpse out on Resolution. Misery is trying to chase him. They have arrow in 1. They have a massive burrow strike range, and yeah, he's going to find Jason. That was the smart play for Moo to just guess where he was TPing, and that sucks for Shazam. It's 38 seconds without your Destructor, but that could have been a lot worse.
And he pulled them all away, and Dragon Knight's ult's going to wear off, so they can't push. So Jason should have just died, but it works out for him.
No BKB force for Weehaw, though. That's the good thing for DC. That could have been a lot worse. He's got a 7-second BKB duration, so like he's getting to that point where it's getting low.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get to 5 seconds, like, oh, God, what am I going to do now?
Yeah, then you just get roared, and right after it comes off, you're just getting pummeled on.
That's not great.
DC's still quite in charge, but they haven't gone for another uphill push since they lost that last one.
Yeah, I think the next point of contention is going to be right now, which was Roche is respawning.
Oh
So
boy. And Hawk's there, of course, and you're going to see probably Weehaw might just, when he sees Roche up, he's going to start breathing fire everywhere, trying to kill that Hawk off.
every ultimate is going to be back up when we contest this, and there's a double damage rune for probably the Radiant team for this. There's no Dire Ward over at the pit. They have the Hawk to get vision. I don't think it does. It barely sees the tip of that double damage rune, I believe, if you look at the Dire vision right now. But it's not going to matter. They're going to pick it up here for Weehaw or something.
The biggest thing I've noticed this game that I didn't see at the beginning is how good Beastmaster and Silencer work together. You can initiate on whoever you want, and they can't counter-initiate because of the global silence. It's actually super smart.
Yeah, this 5th pick Silencer might not have done them a whole lot of good in lane, but even if they lose this game, they know that they have the ability to pick and play in the late game. Another great scan coming out from Digital Chaos. They're on point with these. This scan is adding an element to the game that was previously unseen in Dota 2, and right now they're just crushing it with these scans.
Yeah, they are. And
I'm getting super hyped over these scans. I'm like, oh my god, they're awesome. But like
we've seen like 5 good scans, which is pretty rare. We haven't seen people use scans. I think as this tournament's going on, people are learning how to use them. Like not just throw them out. Oh, maybe someone's middle. Like actually think about it. We might do Roche. Let's scan.
Yeah.
We might be getting smoke.
It's timing. It's all about timings. I feel like. So. They've done a good job there.
Yeah, does Alchemist buy his Octarine, or does he's probably going to save for buyback, I assume?
Yeah, because he has bots. If he goes down, he could buy back and hopefully TP into the Hawker or something.
Exactly. So well, he's running over to the thing, though. Let's see if he just all-in buys it. No, he's good.
So I don't need that Octarine just yet. Hold on a second.
I think if Dire gets some more wards up, maybe in the other jungle, is there a gem on Radiant? It does not look like there is on anybody. I think if Dire just somehow gets some wards up in the opposing team's jungle or even near the river anywhere, they're going to be pretty well, I think.
Shazam missing out on their scan, thinking that there was a smoke coming towards them. But there might be now. It looks like they're just probably going to head around. Yeah, they've drawn a line. They're going to go down the lane instead of uphill and into Shazam's pressure. They don't know where Shazam is. They have no ward on the high ground other than close to the Roche pit.
Yeah, and Manta just got actually popped by MSS. This could be really good for DC.
Oh, Moonlight Shadow's going to go. They know it's a Manta illusion. They're not going to take the bait, and they're going to go straight towards mid. I like this play from Shazam. They're being very patient.
They could go into their base if they
Moonlight
really want
Shadow.
But you don't want to go uphill if there's a sentry ward. So wow.
SVG had that gem, and there's a Missouri ward there, but he was just out of range, I think.
Yep. And look at they see middle. Look at Pink's like mid.
Yeah.
And they come out of smoke.
Do they have a smoke for Shazam? Do they want to use it if they do? They have one on Jason.
This is tense.
Yeah, it's very tense.
It is funny just because DC lost that one fight. They're nervous. They're like, well, let's keep farming. Let's not choke this away.
This is the problem. We talked about being complete and cautious and playing that way, and we talked about them doing some damage to that tier 3 tower. They did get it eventually, but like maybe if you had done that earlier and you'd taken a fight there, you might be in a better position. Not that they're in a bad position. I mean, they're 15,000 net worth ahead, for God's sakes, but it's just what you talked about. The Beastmaster, now with the Infest Bomb on toe.
Uh-oh, and they go on Brax. Actually, he was trying to hide. Oh, no, and TC was in him.
It's a bait. They're going to global silence. They're going to be able to get him out in time. The Glimmer Cape coming through. Everyone low. Brax will fall first. TC actually gets the kill up on Damu. Now they don't have that usage of the ultimate coming out for the epicenter. Soxa getting chopped down. Great grave, though. He has to use it on himself. Weehaw static stormed up. MSS trying to heal. Misery back into the fray. Low right into the static storm. Can MSS do this on his own? They've lost the life stealer. He's going to stun himself as well. And finally, DC. They've slayed the beast. There is buyback for both the life stealer as well as the alchemist, but this is going to be them pushing right into the tier 3, it looks like, with Weehaw and the Dragonite. Here we go. Buybacks on both. DC should back away immediately. Weehaw, he's popped the MKB. They want some free tower damage. They know there's no chemical rage up for 32 seconds. There's no roar up for a little while as well. Curse of the Silence going to go. The stun into SVG. Moonlight Shadow comes out as well. SVG is low. He's going to stick up and force himself away and stay alive in the meantime. Weehaw, has he stayed too long? The Boar Slow coming out. They have Grave backup ready to go. They're going to Glimmer Cape him up as well. They'll take the tier 3 tower and back as a team after forcing back 2 buybacks. Big pickups coming out, and I thought that was going to be going okay for Shazam, but they just couldn't get there in time to save the lifestealer.
Yep, and it all goes to that ward they have on the very right side of the map. We've been seeing it actually get warded more, and that just picked them. If they didn't get initiate on, like we saw, they almost killed Weehaw. They killed Moo super quick with only 2 of them, but because Weehaw got the initiation on them, it was a 2v5 for almost 5 seconds, and a perfect ward. It goes down now, but Oh, Shazam was doing such a good job. But who expects that ward there? We've seen it a bunch, actually. I've seen it in Europe and SCA. Those wards are becoming more common, both top and on the right side of the map.
Here we go.
Oh, and look
Smoke
at
of the
DK's
Sea
illusion.
Gank. Arrow's going to come through. It's going to hit onto the illusion. They know that it's an illusion, but they feel as if something is missing, something is wrong here. They're going to head towards that top rune spot together. Will Shazam just go straight Roche? I think they could do it fast enough with Necro 3 and Acid Spray.
They are going to try.
This is pretty game-winning or game-losing.
Oh, no, Jason.
That
Oh,
arrow's going to
my.
come through. It's going to hit the boar. I don't think they could do this fast enough. They're going to have to try to turn and fight this. The Necro Archer's going to come in. Unstable Concoction. They get the roar off the BKB. Here comes Resolution. Looking for that epicenter. Not going to use it. Static Storm. MSS taking tons of damage, and he is going to go down. It's a dieback. They have to get TC inside of Brax, but he'll fall. The gems on the deck. TC will go down. One dieback, excuse me, as if TC still has his. And GG is called. That is it. Game number 1 going to DC. A hard-fought one at that. Shazam looked like they had the ability to come back by the end there, but it just wasn't to be as Shazam go down at 37 minutes into the game, Grant.
Yeah, maybe they just felt like they wanted to do something because they were doing a good job defensively, but they were obviously getting out-farmed. They were sitting in their base. They won a team fight. They won that skirmish top, but then they just went for an aggressive Roshan. It doesn't pay off, and they know it's curtains.
That's rough. That was a rough way to lose for Brax to go down there on that side. That one
was-
observer
that
ward.
was- it,
One observer ward pays dividends.
Yeah, but support player, you never know. I mean, that observer reward, I mean, they were already winning the game, but that single-handedly just won them the game right there. by
I will
placing
say
it.
this. They made the game close.
Yes,
and
they
they made
did.
it fun to watch, too.
Yeah, instead of the 10-0, we're like, oh, no, not again.
Not 10-minute GG,
Not
please,
the
no.
Dragnail special, but instead they bring it back. That team fight was so fun to watch middle, but there's still game 2 and
There is.
possibly 3.
There's still game 2 and maybe a third. We'll wait and see if that is going to actually happen, as Digital Chaos is going to be going up against Shazam in game number 2 just coming up here in a moment. So we'll stick around with you guys here momentarily. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll jump into game number 2. The lobby should already be up ready to go. My name's Mont. With me is Grant. We're up us on Observing. We'll see you guys soon. Stick around.